A good attitude alone will take you very far in life. Just by your attitude alone, whether you have a good one or a bad one, either one is going to impact your life tremendously. So it's great to have a positive attitude everywhere you go. Nobody wants to be around a loser. Nobody wants to be around someone who has a bad attitude. Why? Because attitudes are contagious. If you have a good attitude, you're going to impact those around you. Everyone's going to be in a good attitude when you come around. If you have a bad attitude, everyone's going to be in a bad attitude when you come around. So, do you want people to be in a good headspace when you're around them, or do you want them to be all upset, feeling down, feeling low? It all depends on your attitude. See, I have had people, let me just tell you a quick story. So, I've been to several have had several experiences where someone has given me bad attitude and that alone cost them a sale. I'm going to tell you the first one. The first one is I was going to Bloomingdale's to buy like a $300 or $400 cologne. I was going there specifically to buy the cologne. And then I walk up there. I go up to the stand, right, to smell the cologne cuz I wanted to smell it first. And the lady was just standing there helping someone. And I said, "Excuse me, do you guys have this cologne?" Just asking her to make sure I'm not wasting my time waiting here. So that's it. Just ask her, "Excuse me, ma'am, do you guys have this cologne?" She looks at me and says, "Yeah." And I'm just there like, I'm there waiting. Like, is she gonna give me something? Cause she's spraying something. She's spraying something on a piece of paper, and I figured this must be for me. She must have said, "Yeah, like here you go. I'm gonna give you this sample." But then I realized she's not even doing that. So that's it. That's the customer service I get. I did not buy a cologne that day simply just from her attitude. Had she had a good attitude, a good positive attitude, she would have made a sale that day. And understand how many more sales she could have made simply off just her attitude. Because let's say her bad attitude, me in the same situation, but I treat everybody with a good attitude. I'm going to get way more sales, right? I'm going to get way more business because I have a positive attitude. See, the problem is a lot of people think that they have to have a good attitude only when it benefits them, only when it's transactional. See, that attitude is not going to get you very far in life. If you need someone to show you that they're going to benefit you for you to give off a good attitude, you're not going to go very far in life. Because I assure you, if I would have told her, "Hey, let me go ahead and buy one of those," the reason she treated me like that is why? Because she didn't think this might benefit her. She probably thought I was just some freeloader and I just wanted to stand around and smell the cologne and waste her time, right? But I assure you, if I would have said, "Hey, excuse me, I'm going to go ahead and buy one of those. I'm going to buy two of those, however many," I'm sure her attitude would have switched up real quick. "Oh, yeah, yeah, of course. Here, let me help you out. Yeah, yeah." See, that's going to cost you a lot of opportunities in life. And not only that time, because that time I didn't buy because of her attitude. Her attitude was a poor attitude. And I was not going to give her an opportunity simply just because of the way she treated me. Her attitude. It was poor. Instead of saying, I asked her, right, "Hey, do you have this cologne?" "Yeah, of course. Just give me 1 second. I'll be right with you, okay?" Then, boom, help this person out. "Hey, man, I'm so glad you're here. Let me go ahead and help you out real quick. What cologne did you say you needed?" See, a good positive attitude is going to get you a lot of opportunities in life. How are you doing today? Good? Everything good? How's life? Have a good attitude instead of giving low quality service. And this is not just for you at a job, right? This is just in general. If you go around life treating everyone with a positive attitude, you're going to get a lot of opportunities. Don't wait for something to benefit you for you to think, "Now I have to give a positive attitude." Give a positive attitude everywhere you go, even if you're not having the best day, right? Because you might run into someone at the store and just off your attitude alone, you could have a great opportunity. That person might like the way that you move. They might be like, this motherfucker is a high level man. This motherfucker has a good attitude. I could see this man, by the way he presents himself, by the way he treats people, he would be good in being a business partner. He would be good in working for my company. He would be good to service me in some way. See, the opportunities show up when you have a good, positive attitude. Another example, another story is this guy the other day, right? I do door to door, and I saw this guy pressure washing a pool, right? And I've had someone who I have sold to in the past. They contacted me, said, "Hey, I I need my pool. I need it to be pressure washed, right? And I'm calling you just because I liked the way you treated me last time. Just off of that, I don't even pressure wash." But she decided to call me first. Why? Because she liked the way I treated her. She liked the service that I gave her. Long story short, I I don't have a pressure washer or any of that, right? So I saw this guy right there, and I was thinking in my mind, if this guy has a company and he does pressure washing, because I don't know, it seems like he's pressure washing something, but if he does, I'll go ahead and give him the business, right? Maybe break off a little bit of money for me, and there you go. I just gave you a referral. So I asked this guy, "Hey, do you do pressure washing?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I said, "Oh, that's what's up, man. This person that I know actually needed their pool deck pressure washed, right?" And he says something along the lines of like, "Oh, okay." And I mean, to be fair, the guy didn't really look very presentable. He didn't look like he really took care of himself. So how can I expect someone who doesn't take care of themselves to take care of me, right? That's why I can't do business with a motherfucker who's fat and out of shape. Because if you can't take care of yourself, you're not going to take care of me. If you don't keep your word with yourself, you're not going to keep your word with me. So, long story short, like I was saying, simply just off of that, I didn't give him the referral. I didn't say, "Hey, I have a customer for you." Had he simply just had a good attitude, a can do attitude, a positive attitude, I would have been like, "Hey, man, I got someone for you. I got a customer for you. Let me get you some business. Let me get you some more money in your pockets." Had he just been like, "Yeah, man, I do. I have a pressure washing business. I do this, I do that. I love to pressure wash. I love providing a great service," whatever it is, whatever the case may be, right? He doesn't have to say that specifically, but having a good attitude. It's not about what you say, it's about how you say it. That goes for anything in life, whether you're seducing a woman, whether you're trying to go on a date, whether you're trying to get a sale. It's not about what you say, it's about how you say it. How do you deliver it? See, the poor attitude, I can't work with that. And that's costing him business, and it's costing you opportunities. If you are someone who has a poor attitude, for example, I'm sure all of you guys have experienced this to where you go to a restaurant, you go somewhere, and the person working there has a poor attitude. Nobody's forcing you to work at that place. So if you don't fucking like it, and if you don't like working there, you have two options. You either quit because you have control over your life, or you suck it up and you have a good attitude because whatever reason you're staying there, whether it's for the money and to pay your bills, nobody is responsible for your life. So you shouldn't give out a bad attitude to the people who have no control over your life. Give out a good attitude, even if you don't like your job. See, I know you guys have experienced that. I know you've been somewhere and people just give you bad customer service. Why? Because they hate their job. But that's not your fault. And at the end of the day, if someone gives me bad customer service, right, and they're not rude to me in any way, to a certain extent, I understand. I understand what it's like working at a job that you fucking hate. But then again, it's costing you opportunities. Let's say you're a server or something, you're giving bad attitude. It's going to cost you your tip when you could have got a better tip simply just off your attitude. I remember the first time that I was a bartender, right? First time. Another story. Another story. This is the first time I was a bartender. I was by myself and it was slam packed. So many people in the bar. People everywhere. I had so many people to take care of while I was a bartender. And then this is the setup. There's a bar with a lot of chairs, and then there's tables out there for people to sit down for the bar as well. And I was the only one working. And this one guy, it was my first day, right? And I did not understand how to control all this, how to take all this in when there's so many people here and I'm slam packed and I'm by myself, right? It was my first time doing it. I didn't know how to do it. Obviously, after a long time, I figured it out. But the first time, I was fucking up everywhere. I couldn't get this guy's food there on time. I couldn't get these people their drinks on time. I couldn't do this. I couldn't do that. I was fucking up. But you want to know what? The guy right over here, the guy that was the first one there, and I was taking care of him, and I had a positive attitude. The guy next to him, once that guy left, told me that he told him, hey, this guy, he needs to be a little better managing the people, right? But I liked his attitude. I liked the way he treated me. And guess what? That guy tipped me $100. $100. Even though my service wasn't the best, because it was my first time and I was slam packed and I didn't know how to manage it, he still tipped me $100. Why? Because of my attitude. You got to have a good attitude. Because the same way the guy who was pressure washing, I'm sure if I would have told him, hey, I got some money to put in your pockets, I got you some business, what would have happened? He would have been, oh, positive attitude now, right? Once it's transactional, you're going to miss out on a lot of opportunities living like that. So from now on, starting today, if you have a poor attitude, start fixing that. Look yourself in the mirror and figure out what it is that's causing you to have this poor attitude. Because having a poor attitude, it's going to cost you relationships. It's going to cost you friends. It's going to cost you money. It's going to cost you opportunities. All because of something that you have control over. Nobody has control over the shit and the problems that goes on in your life. And to a certain extent, you might not either. A tragic event might have happened, right? But you do have control over your attitude. You do have control over how you treat people. And if you want to make it far in life, and I'm talking really far, this one simple thing will get you very far. And that's a positive attitude. All right, like the video, comment down below. What do you think? Have you ever experienced some shit like that? Subscribe. Let's get 600, baby. Let's go.